Hello everyone, back tuning into today's video. We've got a very interesting weekend forecast coming up today. Going to be one of the more interesting ones that we've done for quite some time, I think, because we're going to start off on a very cool, unsettled note with outbreaks of heavy rain, strong winds. And then it looks like by the end of the period, by the end of the week, we're going to have a heat wave coming up from the south. So the temperatures will be soaring, I think, by the time we get through towards Friday and next weekend. We could be going up into the 80s Fahrenheit. And there may be a growing risk of thunderstorms with that as well. So very, very interesting update if you like. High temperatures, hot weather and convective potential hang around to the end of the weekend forecast. Now, before I get on with that, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles on all of the pages at gatsoffice.com. Have a browse through the widgets. Any articles that you're interested in, please click through. You'll be able to go and read those articles, and thanks very much for doing that. There's video ads on some pages. They open out in the content. When you've watched them, they'll close back up again. It's helping to pay for the website. Thanks so much for getting involved in doing that. The websites we're using for the weekend forecast coming from weatheroutlook.com and weathercentre.de. You can find a link to both of those websites on the links page. So let's get on with it, and we'll start off with the radar picture. We've got a mainly dry day across many parts of the country today, actually. We've got some showers across the far north-east of Scotland, but otherwise lots of dry weather. Although you'll notice that there's some echoes beginning to appear across Ireland. Generally quite patchy at the moment, but heavier stuff is waiting in the Atlantic. That's the heavy bout of rain that's heading in later on today through tonight, and will still be with us tomorrow morning. Here's today's Arctic pressure. I've got a very, very slight transient ridge across the country, so that's the reason it's a drier day. Yesterday's low pressure has gone off into Scandinavia, and the next low pressure is waiting in the Atlantic, and that will be heading in through the course of this afternoon, this evening and overnight. So most parts are going to have a dry day, some showers across north-east and Scotland, but otherwise plenty of dry and fine weather with sunny spells. Shower could bubble up with the cloud, particularly parts of northern England, so the Pennines, Welsh Mountains, places like that. But I think you're going to be unlucky to catch a shower today. Many, many places will stay dry until we find that rain heading in across Ireland, so that will be heavy. That's going to push in towards Wales and southwestern England by the end of the afternoon, just into the far west, so say Pembrokeshire and Devon and Cornwall. Most places will stay dry up to the end of the afternoon. Probably turning increasingly hazy with the sunshine. Temperatures will be significantly warmer than was the case yesterday. It's a very, very cold day yesterday for the end of May. Temperatures still going to be a bit below average today, but not really feeling too bad in the sunshine and the light wind. So temperature up to around 19 degrees, 66 Fahrenheit. Won't feel too bad at all. Now tonight it's going to turn very unsettled as this area of low pressure moves in across the country, so we're going to find heavy rain pushing on to the western side of the UK through the night, and then heading on eastwards into the second half of the night and the start of Sunday morning. Eastern counties may stay dry until towards the end of the night, but most places are going to turn wet tonight, driven on by quite strong winds. The ice bars are tightly packed here down in the south-southwest, so it'll be a windy night, and temperatures will be holding up very nicely, of course, with all this cloud and rain, wind across the country, so no problems there. Probably holding up in double figures actually down in the south. So start off on a wet and windy note, central eastern parts of the country on Sunday. All of that should sweep away through the course of the day, and then we find sunshine and showers following behind. Most of the showers will be in the northwest, very few in the east. So it may take until the afternoon for eastern coastal counties to lose the rain, but once the rain goes away, most eastern parts actually stay dry with sunny spells and the showers up to the north and the northwest. Temperatures on Sunday will be rather cool again, so just looking in the south at around 17, 18 degrees. In the north, probably no better, around 12 or 13 degrees. And of course, it's going to feel very cool with the strong winds. We've got tight packed ice bars here, so it'll be a cool, windy day on Sunday. We go through into Monday, and the next significant area of low pressure is waiting in the wings in the Atlantic. That sweeps in through the course of the day. You're probably sitting there wondering what on earth I'm talking about heat waves at the start of the video. Well, you're going to see in a few moments that the high pressure begins to build in, but we're certainly starting this week on a very unsettled note. So Monday will be mainly dry in the east with sunny spells, but cloud, wind and rain will arrive in the west, and that'll push eastwards again through the course of the afternoon and into the evening. East there is probably staying dry through daylight hours, but most places will be wet by the end of Monday. Very tight packed ice bars here as well, so it's going to be windy, possibly up to gale force with those winds around southern and western facing hills and coasts. A really, really unpleasant afternoon looks likely in the west on Monday. This is the 1st of June, of course, so it's the first day of meteorological summer, and we started on a very cool and unsettled note. So wet and windy weather sweeps across the country again overnight Monday into Tuesday. Some of that rain could still be lingering in the east on Tuesday morning, but most of it should push away through the day, and then we find sunshine and showers returning from the Atlantic. And you see that the ice bars again are very tightly packed, so it'll be windy, and usually windy really for time of year, especially up in the north and west. Temperatures will be on the cool side with all of this wind and rain both Monday and Tuesday. We're going to be pegged down into the mid-teens Celsius for those parts of the country. But we get through to Wednesday, and here's the change. Here's the break in the unsettled Atlantic flow as the Azores high starts to push up from the south, settling things down. There could still be showers for Scotland and Northern Ireland on Wednesday, so prepare for that, and maybe even down into Northern England. But the bulk of England and Wales will be dry under that ridge of high pressure, and increasingly increasing amounts of sunny spells moving up from the south. Temperatures will be responding to that sunshine, so lifting up to around 21 or 22 degrees in the south. That's around 70 Fahrenheit. In the north, still rather cool at just 15 or 16 degrees. But this is the change, and we go through into 30. The high pressure is in over the top of the country at about 30 millibars, so it's going to be a settled day on Thursday with almost universally dry weather from top to tail across the country, and long sunny spells coming through as well. The temperatures will respond to those long sunny spells as the winds begin to drift in towards a southeasterly flow, starting to pull the air up out of France and Germany. We're going to see the temperatures lifting up, probably getting up to around 24 or maybe 25 degrees. That seems to be mid-70s Fahrenheit on Thursday afternoon. We go through into Friday, and look at this. The high pressure's to the east, the low pressure is to the west, and we're bringing up these southerly winds, so it will turn increasingly hot, I think, as we go through into Friday. We can start using the hot word, with temperatures quite probably getting up to around 28 degrees. That's 83 Fahrenheit. There'll be long sunny spells as well, although we could find some thunderstorms breaking out across Ireland and southwestern parts of England by the end of Friday afternoon. In the north, we're probably looking at temperatures there reach around 21 or 22 for parts of Scotland. So it's England and Wales that has got the heat as we go through into Friday. And then moving through into Saturday, this is probably the peak of this little mini heat wave, because I think we start to find low pressure moving up from the south. Very uncertain how this happens, and lots of uncertainty within the detail of this, but I think the overall threat is that increasing amounts of cloud and thunderstorms break out through the course of Saturday, and temperatures in the east before those storms get going won't be at all surprised to see those temperatures go up to around 29, possibly 30 degrees in the southeast. That's around 86 Fahrenheit. But as I say, increasing risk of thunderstorms breaking out through the course of the day, and then cooler weather coming in off the Atlantic for the second half of the weekend. Keep in mind, this is all quite uncertain in terms of the detail, so it may turn out to be a bit cooler than that. There may not be the thunderstorms. So let's wait and see how things play out. Obviously, I'm going to be keeping updated about it over the coming few days. Finally, have a look at the charts from the weather outlook. Here's the situation today. A lot of dry weather across the country through the course this afternoon with sunny spells, but later on it's going to turn wet in the west, and that will lead to a wet start across many parts of the country on Sunday. It's going to be wet and windy overnight tonight and into Sunday morning. The rain eventually clearing out into the North Sea Sunday afternoon with sunny spells coming through. And then as we move through into Monday, more rain coming into the west through the course of the day, and Tuesday will start on quite a wet note across many parts of the country, but showers will follow along behind through the course of Tuesday afternoon. Wednesday is when the high pressure begins to build up from the Azores, so it turns increasingly dry fine with sunny spells, and that lasts through into Thursday as well. But temperatures will be responding to that sunshine, becoming very warm, perhaps even up to the hot category by the time you get through towards Friday afternoon and into Saturday, but by that time there could be an increasing risk of thunderstorms breaking out from the south-southeast. If it does come off, I will be updating Stormwatch, of course, and I'll be doing updates through the coming week about this weather pattern. So, in summary, we're going to be starting off cool, unsettled and showery, with outbreaks of rain and strong winds. It's going to turn drier and much warmer through the middle and last stages of the week. By the time you get through to Friday and the weekend, it could be very warm, if not locally hot, with an increasing risk of thunderstorms. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.